So guys, this video is for the people that, from all the messages I get, the emails, DMs, text, and all that stuff. It's a message that's pretty popular that I see pop up and I come across, so I'm going to make a video on this. For those of you that are struggling with ruminating thoughts, which means repetitive thoughts, you think to yourself, we all do it, but it's just, we do it in different ways, obviously, but some of you are dealing with a big, heavy burden. Like, you have these ruminating thoughts and these repetitive thoughts of a past person and of the good times that you had with them, like past friends, your ex, something of this nature, like an ex-wife, an ex-husband, or something like this. You think about these things, and it kind of gets to you because you think back to the good times, and it hits you. But what you fail to realize is that you just have to move in a way where it's like, you have to be grateful for the good times, but also remember the bad times. You can't forget about the bad times and just ruminate about the good. Because these people, bro, who have done you dirty, and this is who we're talking about now. And this is why you're ruminating in the first place, because you probably dealt with a covert narcissist or somebody with borderline personality disorder or something like this. And you're probably sitting there ruminating about the good times, and it's like, oh my God, like I miss this person and this and that and that and this. From the messages you guys send, it is clear you guys miss these people. And it's not something you can prevent happening. It's not something you can just stop. No words I could say is going to make that happen, but I just want you guys to understand, you can never forget about the bad. You can never forget about the bad things that they've done and the person that they have exposed themselves to be in front of your own two eyes. And like I said, this is why you have to be grateful for the good times, because you were presented with some good times. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is something wrong with bad times. There is something wrong with that, and it's something that you should not let continue to happen. And if you have thoughts of wanting to go back, reaching out, doing this or doing that, or getting something going again with your past person, you're in for some more bad times. Because, guys, people like that don't change. People with mental illnesses, mental disorders, a very large percentage of the time, they don't change. I got this itch in the back of my throat, and it's just pissing me off. Oh my God, can barely talk. But yeah, you guys really have to understand what these people are possessed with. Like, it's easy to think about that. It's easy to think like, oh my God, like the good times, right? The good times we've had, what if I could get them back? And what if we could relive those good times and maybe they wouldn't do what they did to me again? Yes, they will. So that's what you guys that are having ruminating thoughts about these evil people have to understand. That bad stuff that happened to you will happen again, but even worse. And their respect for you drops because you're showing them you can do that stuff to them and they can actually get away with it. Like, who's going to respect that? They will respect you more for never talking to them again or having any interest in talking to them again. Because you're showing them you're more valuable than them. Your value is higher than dealing with their evil, twisted nature. Because, guys, that's what people with mental illnesses have. It's an evil nature. They are evil. They possess evil inside of themselves. They are not good-spirited. They are not happy-spirited. They have an evil nature, and it might not be that way 100% of the time, but it exists inside of themselves. And that's what you have to know. It exists. It's in them. So, do you want to live with a woman, for example, that has an evil nature? And you're going to continuously get peppered with her tactics. And they're going to fly at you. Is that something you want to deal with? Because I know something. My days of that are numbered and they're over. I actually dealt with it so much in my late teens and early 20s that I could not have that happen one more time. Which is why I was single for 8 years straight. I just couldn't afford that to happen again. So that's what led to that. But some of you guys, you were with someone, maybe even recently, and you have these ruminating thoughts about, the good times and all this stuff from what you guys tell me. It doesn't matter, guys. It does not matter. They happened. The good times were good. Be blessed because of it. Be happy that you even had a good time with some sadistic animal. Because they're not human. They don't act like a human. They don't behave like a human. They act like animals. So just be glad you even had a good time with a sadistic ape. Just be happy. Be grateful for the good times. Don't harp on them. Don't ruminate about them and, I want them back and all this stuff. No. What are you doing? You want to get peppered with some tactics again? You want to feel all that abuse again? Is that what you want? If that's what you want, maybe you're sick. Nobody should want that. So, be grateful for the good times. That was a part of life. And since all the other stuff has came about, you put an end to it because, bro, it's happening. Like, it's happened. They abused you. They did you dirty. They did you wrong. So, is it right to stay in that just because you had good times with an animal? A sadistic one? No. It is a clear indicator that you got to get out of there quick. It's like owning a pet that has to get put down. You're not going to keep the damn dog because it's going to bite somebody else that comes to the house. And it might even bite you. In fact, it will. Because the dog was trained very poorly. There are some dogs in this world that are vicious, my guys. Vicious. And it's because they were not trained properly. And there's dogs that was trained properly. They were taken care of. Their needs were met. They're happy-going dogs. Date people like that. Stay away from these chicks with daddy issues when they hate their own father and there's so much animosity and they're the biggest 304s of mankind. They're going around to try to get a man to validate them, so they open their legs as easy as you would open your bedroom door to get in and out when you're going to sleep at night. Seriously. And yes, it's unfortunate because there were some good human beings that got dealt like a bad deck of cards. And from the tragic things that's happened, it's created them to be that way. But guys, just because you had an animal and you loved your animal if it bit your child, the animal has to get put down now, as much as you loved it, because it crossed the line. Is this making any sense? I hope it is. It's no different. You cannot have a sadistic animal under the roof of your home. You cannot be in a jail cell in the comfort of your own home. You cannot think you're going to get attacked in the comfort of your own home. It's your home. It's your peace. It's your sanctuary. You shouldn't feel threatened by a significant other in your own house or anywhere. Like, you should not. So, be grateful for the good times. And as far as the bad times, it'll never be forgotten. You cannot forget about the horror they have caused you guys. That has to be put on a higher pedestal than the good times. The good times were good, sure. But it's to be acknowledged, remembered, and passed on. Okay. The good times were good. The bad times were even more bad. And this is why you guys have to end it completely and never go back to that person that has done you like that. Because it's going to happen again. And if it's not happening to you right now, which you're probably out of the situation because that's what we're talking about, it's happening to somebody else, or it's on the way to happening to somebody else. And they're probably telling the next person how you were the abuser. You abused them. They were the good person. They're the innocent one, the victim, and all this stuff. And they're just so amazing, right? But that next person eventually is going to find out. And then that next person is going to eventually question the person they're with, which is the sadistic animal. And they're going to be thinking, damn, they probably lied to me about the person they dealt with before me. They probably lied to me about their ex. They're probably the monsters. Their ex is probably the one that got away, which is yourself. So to have any connection or relation with a sadistic animal is it really necessary, guys? Like, is it really necessary? Is it necessary? No. It is not necessary. So we have what? 70, 80, 90, 100 years in this lifetime on average. Whatever the age is, right? And we don't even know how many years we all have. God willing, we all have lots. Just be grateful for the good times you shared with whoever. It could be a past friend who turned to a hater. Be grateful for it. Because with time, everything changed, brother. With time. With time, everything changed. With time, we change. And we just got to make sure we're changing for the better and not the worse. Because some people, bro, no matter how much you loved that friend, the partner you were with, or whatever happened, some people who you don't want to change for the worse, change for the worse, and it's time to move on. It's time to let go. It's time to cut off your brother. It's time to cut off your ex. It's time to cut off, for some of you, your own damn parents. What's not good for you has to go so you can grow. Because these people, bro, are not good for your soul. They're not good for your life. They're not good for your future. They're not good for anything. They are destructive. And they will do nothing but cause you pain, because they are currently experiencing a lot of pain in their own life that they don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to handle it. So a lot of these people projected onto you. And that is Narcissism 101. For those of you guys, and you know what? That's what a lot of this video is about, because these evil people are narcissistic. They are sadistic. A lot of them are sociopathic. They are masters at taking how they feel and projecting it onto you, and you have to deal with the burden of what they deal with. It's insane. And to be connected to these people and to have a bond with these people is what we call a trauma bond. And it's brutal to be involved in that. And even to get out, it's a process. It's a process that you have to get out and go completely no contact, do not talk to this person at all. The longer you do that for, the better things get. The further you are out, the easier it is to get out and stay out. Some of you guys might be fresh in a situation, which more thoughts are going to come up. Keep working, guys. Keep yourself super busy. That's what I would recommend. Hit it hard in the gym. Play some sports. Focus on good quality content where you're going to get the right answers for your current situations. Keep yourself busy overall. Work hard, play hard, eat very good foods, eat clean foods. Keep yourself aligned, because the more time passes by, and the further you are out of those situations, the better things are going to get for yourself. And the shorter the time span is, and the more those thoughts are lingering and things are happening, the more likely it is that you would probably go back, which is what you cannot do. If you can even get a couple months out, no contact, you're getting to that point where you're in the clear. So it's a work in progress. And it's what you just have to do. And if you've been through this situation like I have a bunch of times in my life, it gets easier, bro. It's not even hard. It's a no-brainer what you should do and shouldn't do. I can't believe that some of you guys are in these situations right now and you actually have thoughts of actually going back. That's what I can't believe. You guys must not have had that many experiences then. That's kind of what it tells me. Or at least even if you have, you haven't learned much from the experiences that you faced. Which, I'm not sure how smart you are. That's all I have to say. How many lessons do you have to learn over and over and over again to finally get it? Took me a couple times. Because at first you kind of take the person back and it's like, okay, they probably just messed up. They probably just made a bad mistake and they realize what they lost and all this stuff. And you're young, you're naive. You let it happen. But it keeps happening and all of a sudden you catch on to this pattern. Okay. So this is how it is. And you stop making the same mistakes. You stop taking these people seriously. They become a joke in your eyes. And you just go on in life and become better and better and better, and everything is exposed. I'm telling you guys right now, I know exactly who I am, and I know exactly who others are as well. I used to not really know that. Because when we're young, we don't know that. We kind of get in our own heads sometimes. We question ourselves, we question our surroundings, we question people. There's so many questions, but bro, once you gain so much experience, it all gets put to rest. You start to get the answers. You start to understand life, people, patterns, yourself. And that's when everything comes together and it feels so damn good, because all you ever wanted in life was certainty. All you ever wanted in life was the truth. All you ever wanted in life was to for things to make sense. And it's not all the time everything makes sense, but as you keep going on in life, everything starts to make sense. And that shows you have learned. That shows you have grown. That shows you have matured. And it shows you're very capable. Even if a bad situation occurs again, you know how to get out safely and soundly without these ruminating thoughts and the thoughts of actually going back. And no, you know what to do. You know what to do. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You know what to do. Easily move on. You deserve better. But when you're young, you don't always know it. Or you could be older and you don't know it, and that's probably because you didn't have that much experience. Or you just don't learn the lesson, which is bad. That's real bad. But guys, it's very important to not deal with these evil people. Because they are. The bad times start to outweigh the good. And you see the true light of who they actually are. Being in a relationship, being in a marriage, having friends, you might not experience a good magical time all the time. Probably not. But as long as the good is significantly outweighing the bad, keep that, whatever you're in, that friend, that partner, that family member, whatever it might be, keep that person around. But if the bad is outweighing the good and you just get rubbed the wrong way by this person and it's like things are bad, get rid of them. I don't care if they presented a million good times. If that kind of stuff starts to happen, they got to go. They got to go. Like yesterday, they got to go. So, I hope you guys could learn something from this video. No matter how long you know somebody, guys, no matter how long you've been with them, no matter if you have 3 damn kids with them, divorce and everything else, if that bad stuff and the bad times start to come and it outweighs the good, it's over. It's a wrap. The best thing you can do is appreciate the good times you had, accept it, and life goes on. Because like I said, we have what, 70, 80, 90, 100 years on Earth, if we're lucky. Be blessed that you spent a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years with that person. That's a lot of your life. Even 5 years is a lot of your life. Even 3 years is a lot of your life. Be grateful for those good times. Guess what? There's 8 billion people in the world. There's more better times to be had. There's better people in the world than that ratchet head case that was doing all that stuff and creating all those bad times. That's all you just have to know. And the thing that keeps you there is ruminating those good times. That's why I'm trying to break this pattern for you guys in this video. That's the whole purpose of this, is to break that spell that's in your mind, ruminating, oh my God, about the good times, trying to really relive stuff. Guys, life and people is temporary. I had people that I was close with for over 10 years. In fact, like 20 years. Cousins and stuff like this. There came a day that ends. Because of the actions and the choices they have made, it has forced me out. Did I want it to happen? No. Let's say if we were with an ex, did we want it to end? Did we want things to go south? Did we want things to turn bad? Who would want that? No, we don't want it, but life happens. And it's up to us to make the right choices regarding the things that come our way and happen. We do have control over that. We don't have control over what somebody else is going to do. We really don't. We're all people, and some people make terrible mistakes. And, if people want to go in that direction, then it is what it is. They got to go. So we can continue to grow and be happy and healthy and, purposeful human beings instead of getting destroyed by some sadistic animal. That's all I got to say. If you were smart, you should know what to do. So I'll leave it at that. But anyways, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's the exact same username as here on YouTube. And with that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.